Spirit Life!
Spirit Life, it's Bruce, and on today's episode of Testify, I'm actually going to show you behind the scenes of my film studio.
Somebody ought to have a testimony. Somebody ought to stand on their feet and testify. Testify. Testify.
Are you ready to testify?
This testimony is actually from 2013 when my family and I were trying to move from North Carolina down to Atlanta to be part of a mission base where we actually served for 10 years. And we were looking for a house to buy because for us it made sense, instead of renting, to actually build a little bit of equity. We had some down payment and the market was good at that time for us to buy. And we toured a dozen different houses and we finally found one that we thought was our dream house. Now, it's not everyone's dream house, and for us it's not because it was just a mansion or something, but it was a nice home. It had the space that we needed where the boys and the girls could have their own separate bedrooms, and then also it had a space for us to do homeschool, which we were doing at that time. So it was the perfect house. We loved the layout, we loved the features, the neighborhood was nice. We saw other kids in the neighborhood playing, having fun. It looked like the place we wanted to be. So we prayed and we really asked the Lord, please give us this house. It's the one we really like. And we put in a bid and we lost the bid. We didn't get that house, and so we were a little bit bummed, but we found another house that was kind of like the second best, plan B. It was a good option. It wasn't quite as good. It wasn't quite as large. Knowing that our family was growing, I've got 4 kids, and at that time we had 3, but our family was growing, and we thought, we need a little more space. Maybe we can expand the carport and turn it into a different living room or something. We thought it was a decent house, had a good yard. It wasn't quite the best, but we really liked it and we wanted to go ahead and move forward with it. So we put in a bid, it was accepted. We got the inspection done, we got the appraisal done. And then actually the appraisal came back $10,000 less than the asking price. In case you're wondering what that means, that's the bank's way of assessing how much they're willing to loan. And the bank wasn't willing to loan us the amount of money that we needed if the people didn't lower their price. So, knowing that we needed the price to be lowered, we tried everything. We even went to the bank and we asked, can we, somehow get an extra amount of a loan to cover that gap? And they just wouldn't do it, and it was wise for them not to do it. We even begged the homeowners, please will you lower the price? I'm not supposed to do this, but I called them directly and I said, please, we want to buy this house. I know you want to sell the house, but the bank's not letting us. No one else can buy your house either unless you lower the price. Please, will you do it? And they just wouldn't do it. I begged the Lord. I remember begging him, please, God, please, don't you want us to move down here? Don't you want us to be part of this ministry? Don't you want us to do that? We thought this is our destiny. We thought we're following your call on our lives to come and be a part of this mission base. Why won't you give us this house? Please give us this house. I begged the Lord. And at the end of the day, the contract fell through. We didn't get that house. It was really heartbreaking because we're like, man, one after the other, these plans are failing. Why would God not answer our prayer? Why would he not give us this house we wanted? But it's at that very moment, when that contract failed for the second house, that the first house came back on the market. And that was the Lord's timing. I don't know why he made us jump through that little hurdle, I guess to build our faith, to give me this testimonies perhaps, but we put in a bid and the bid was accepted. And that is the house that I'm standing in right now, our dream house. I'm in our dream house. And I'm going to show you, actually I'm filming on my cell phone for this episode. I'm going to show you our dream house. This is our water heater room. So you'll notice there's my suit of armor, my old school TV here. And you can see, I've got my lights. And this is the ceiling. It's an unfinished basement. And there's the water heater. This was used for, and here's the actual background. I have a friend who was able to build this cool wall with all the wood. I've got, some of my decorations. This is something I built with Legos back when I was like a kid. Really cool Lego set. I got my Ant-Man helmet. And actually, this is just a bare concrete floor. A bunch of boxes and stuff here. There's my Spider-Man, my lightning poster. And this is where we used to do homeschool. There's my son Titus. Say hey.
Hey.
And
Hey, Dad.
yeah, so this was where we had homeschool. We're actually packing up to move again. because God has called us on another assignment. And I want to say this, just because it was good and just because it was God doesn't mean it was permanent. Sometimes God gives you a blessing and it's for a certain season, it's for a certain time. And here's one of our rooms. There's Titus hiding behind me, and all the boxes that we have here to move. But sometimes the Lord calls you to a different assignment. And if we cling to the blessings He used to give us, that can be an idol in our lives. And so I just wanted to share that God is good. He answered our prayer, but at the moment when He didn't answer the prayer, the prayer for the second house that I thought I really wanted, I thought, why is God not good? Why is God not giving us the place that we really wanted? How come He's not answering our prayer? Sometimes the Lord will not answer a prayer because He's getting something better in store for you. Sometimes He's doing something new behind the scenes that you don't know about. Sometimes He's going to prevent you from getting into something you thought you wanted, you thought you needed, but He's protecting you from something that's no good for you. And you may never know. I got an immediate answer when I saw the first house come back on the market, and that's our dream house. That's the one we're in now, and we're about to move out of though. But sometimes you don't know what God's doing, and you don't know the behind the scenes why He says no, or why He answers a certain way, because maybe there's something that He wanted differently for you, not worse. God's not just in the business of making you take your medicine and just suffer, and you just have to bear up under this, and this is what's best for you. He actually does give us good things. Sometimes we just don't understand why they're so good and what they're good for at that time. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this lesson of Spirit Life, and it's extra testimony time. Say hey, Titus.
Hey.
If you have a testimony, let us know in the comments below. It's always good to bless the Lord, even when you don't feel like it. But if you do have something that you know was a blessing and you want to give God the credit, go ahead and share this video and send me your testimonies. I'd love to hear on Spirit Life how you've been blessed and how the Lord's been good to you. And when you see me next time, I might just be in my new studio, and we'll see you then.
Won't you come, won't you come?